house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing, baby? Happy 420 or happy Easter, depending on how you look at it. Either way, I hope you had a fantastic weekend and are ready for a new week and just renewed and refreshed and all of that shit. Anyway, Dwizzle 2.0 is in the room and Ask is here. JT Libs, Cobra Jet Cat, Roger Himmelwright, Trudy Baxter and Penny Hartleman are in the room. Thank you very much. Carl Vogel, Pauline Hall is in the room. Jamie B, Bunny Griffin, Kat Hollister, Reba is in the room. Bart Larson, Kelly 1313, Dorothy Tyndall is here. Teresa Hicks, thank you very much. Linda Carlston, Penny Hartleman, Needle Rose, God knows. Jeff Curry's here. David Ritchie. Just Busy Lizzie is here. And Busy Lizzie is here. That's pretty damn good. She must be pretty damn busy. Anyway, Sam is here. SFL is in the room. Anyway, let me grab this down here. We won't get started. And drag it all the way down here. And Michael Bruce is in the room. Dennis and Jan H. Jackie's here. Tim Markowski and Beth Schneck. Man, my mouth don't work. Anyway, it is Sunday. And it is Easter, and I hope you had a wonderful time, however you spent it with family, friends, or in church, or wherever it is that you celebrated. I hope you had a great day. Yesterday, big protest all across the nation, the 50-51 protest, and I tell you what, waking up this morning and hearing the news and seeing everything going on and all that, I felt renewed. I felt renewed and a renewed belief in this resistance because it's growing, because of the bullshit that he pulls every damn day, and the voices are getting louder. It's just like when the first time he came in, except now I think it's going to turn even more because of the bullshit that he's doing. Supreme Court came down with a 7-2 decision Saturday night trying to halt his deportations to a group of Venezuelans, and in a 7-2 decision. Yeah, pissed off Alito and Clarence Thomas. Alito wrote a big old outrageous, I'm pissed as hell. Really? It's just a pause, asshole. There were guys on the tarmac. There were guys on the plane ready to go. Just let them go? Yes, Alito would. Thomas Clarence would. Because they don't give a shit. They're right along with Donnie on this stuff. Ship them off. Hell, American citizens, you bet your ass. Get them out of here, whatever it takes. That's the kind of shit that people are rising up against. And it's getting bigger every day. And I'm thankful for it. It reaffirms my faith in this democracy of ours. Because democracy is our voice. That's the whole game. Democracy doesn't work if we all shut our mouth and mind our own business and go about our own way. Democracy dies. It requires our participation. It requires attention. And it's usually when things start going wrong is when that attention is really highlighted. And as well it is now. And I'm thankful for it. But anyway, I got a little renewed feeling of shit's gonna hit the fan. We're in a situation where Donnie is acting like he doesn't give a shit what the courts say, and the court's going to have something to say about it. But we're going to find out. Hello, Miss Chick.
Oh, hi, John.
How you doing, darling?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Can you hear me
Just okay? Yes. Yes,
Okay.
hear you just fine.
Alrighty then.
How'd your Easter go?
Oh, quiet. I do quiet Easter. We pay more attention to having breakfast at Easter than we do dinner.
Well, I spent my day
So we had a
cleaning.
nice breakfast.
I spent my day cleaning. Just cleaning.
Oh,
Yep.
I should
Cleaning
have. I
everything.
didn't.
I'm just, yeah, I'm in that mode now. I'm just, if I ain't got nothing else to do, I'm just going to put on, I had on the Smithsonian channel. It was playing something. And then just got the 409 out and the scrub brush and the rag and all that stuff and just went to town all
There
over
you
the place.
go.
Yep.
Cleaning to the critters.
That's it. Anyway.
So yeah, this whole sleight of hand that tried to happen on Friday. I call it sleight of hand because the first thing that happened was Friday morning. There was that disgusting photo of the newspaper that they had changed the title on it. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I'm guessing I didn't because it's not ringing a bell.
Well, it had to do with
Aren't I prepared? Shit.
I can't remember the exact words. Somebody help me out here. But they had scribbled with a red marker on it. But it was on the White House official thing.
Really?
And yeah. But it was like a nah, we're going to do what we want to do kind of thing. Anyways.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not shitting you.
They're just throwing it in our face. They don't give a shit about the law.
Right. And it sort of leaned toward the fact that Garcia wasn't going to be coming back kind of thing. But that same day, of course, things were happening, right? There was some movement happening, and the original stay was very kind of too specific to one area. So they thought, oh, great, we'll just move them to a different area and then we'll move them out from there. So they were I think it was in the northern district, or maybe I might have it opposite, northern, southern, whichever district the original order was in. They tried to move some people out of that district to the Bluebonnet facility, which is in a different district. So there was going to be a shuffle, and then there was some actual... No shit. And then some of the guys actually did end up...
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just noticed the chat, and all of a sudden they're saying, John, I forgot to hit the button for the camera. The credits were still just running.
I wasn't looking at the screen.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
John,
I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. Well, did you hit that button yet? I can't see it.
Yes, I hit the button.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah. It's all there in all its glory.
Anyways, while all of this mockery of the court is going on by the White House, again, look over here. They had given certain Venezuelan, in particular, detainees that were being held at these detention centers, papers to sign about getting sent home, so to speak. And I think, thank goodness, none of them signed them. They wouldn't sign them. Because number one, they were all in English. The papers were all in English. They couldn't read them.
That's helpful.
They're smart enough to know that you don't sign something you can't read.
You can't read, yeah.
But they still loaded them on buses, at least 23 or so of them on a bus, and started to move them to the nearest airport, which was about 30 minutes away, I think.
Yes.
But they got to the airport, but they did not get off the bus. They were turned around. They turned around and went back. So in the amount of time it took them to give them these papers, load them on the bus, drive them to the airport, there was a whole lot of fast and furious type of judging going on.
Well, they were seeking an emergency injunction to stop it.
Right, right.
Which couldn't wait.
Now, I do believe most of this stuff happened during the day, but first there was an appeal to, I think, the the lower court, which said, well, I don't know if we have jurisdiction. Right. So the ACLU stepped up and bumped up to the SCOTUS for an emergency thing, which when you give them an emergency thing, emergency might be 10 days for them. But lo and behold, 1 a.m. in the morning, that same, within, less than 24 hours, I think, they had their paper out already. Their
7-2 decision
at 1 a.m. Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And that stopped anything for now.
Yeah, they haven't made a complete decision. They just put a hold on it. And
so well, what they did was they stopped them from playing the game of moving people around to somewhere where they haven't specifically said you can't do it here. That's what that was all about.
Once they're deported, they're gone. He can't do anything about it. Yeah, that game.
Yeah, that's what they're counting on. Yep.
Yeah, which is bullshit. Yeah, there is something he could do. There's something President Belgato or whatever his name is, Belgatti.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a dictator anyway. Shit. And where was the outrageous question about that guy not wearing a tie in there seeing the president anyway? I was just wondering where the reporters were. Yeah.
How come he doesn't have to?
Yeah, a little bias there, you reckon?
But while we're speaking of detainees and or in particular Garcia, who is in El Salvador, we can write a note to Senator Van Hollen at his office to thank him for going down there and at least assuring us that the man is still alive and that people are working on some shit.
He got something done when they said nope. They kept saying nope, 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 and then all of a sudden Van Hollen, I'm sorry, and lo and behold, he got to meet with him. So that's what I meant when they bent a knee, baby. They bent a knee. Let's just go ahead and keep that shit going. Now, to get in contact with Senator Van Hollen, you can go to USA.gov elected officials, and you can type it, you can search that different ways, or you can just put in your location, and it'll give you everybody on your line of your line from the president all the way down to the dog catcher at your house. Their addresses, their phone numbers, everything will be on there. You could find Senator Van Hollen's address in there, and that would be a great idea. Send him a note of appreciation. Everything we have to do has to be banging on the drum and yelling bad about it. We need to step up and call it out when it happens, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
But
trying to type it in. I'm not a good typer.
There's a headline over here. I've seen it. MSNBC's left it up there. I don't know, all day long, and I just keep reading at it. Trump's chaos might just jolt libertarianism back to life. My mouth doesn't work, and that's what I see in this. There's going to be a backlash to everything he's trying to do. He is trying to dismantle this government piece by piece, department by department, neuter every agency to where it has no power except for Donald. Mm-hmm. And he will be the all-powerful, all-being king. Yeah. That kind of shit. Anyway. Let's pull the pin on this one and see what happens. He's always good. Uh-oh. He said, hello, Yelly Man.
Hello, John. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine, and you?
I'm fine. I'm just reading the newspapers here in Norway, and they just announced that Hegseth included his wife in a shot where they announced the military attack on Yemen.
I think they caught him in another. I think they caught him in another a signal chat that he was discussing those plans, not the one that was, publicized. We all know about that one, but there was another chat
Yeah,
going on where he discusses.
I'm reading
the
about it
plans.
right now.
Yeah.
It's just on the
That's-
news here in Norway.
Just gives you all sorts of confidence of that man, don't it?
Yeah.
Pete Hegseth. Are you
You
shitting
gotta
me?
laugh.
You know, nothing sticks out more. Just plain, just ignorance is that man being picked for Department of Defense. He was a Fox News host. Now he was a Marine. I'll give him that. I'm not taking away from his service, but he does not rise to the level of Department of Defense in any manner, any such way. He just doesn't. He's a lackey for Donnie. He's a lapdog. That's all he is, and it just shows.
No, I'm just I'm kind of, I don't know what to do, or cry or laugh. So I always laugh. You know, I mean, the stupidity and ignorance of these people are so incredible. I also saw that J.D. Vance went to the Pope.
Yep.
And the Pope gave him a really. I mean, the Pope didn't seem very happy to see him, and I'm sure they had to do an
The meeting didn't
exorcism.
last long either, from what I
No,
understand.
they probably had to do an exorcism in the Vatican. after
Probably
he
so.
left, you know.
Come
Yeah.
on with that smoke and stuff and chase all the demons away from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what day it
No,
was.
it's so anyway, you know that's. Other than that, I had my father for dinner today. I cooked him Easter
He was
dinner.
Army National Guard.
And yeah, I did. So that was nice, you know. My mother is dead, so you got to take care of the ones you have, and
Yeah.
so yeah, he came over and we had a good dinner tonight, and so I've been.
Well, good.
Hope you had a good Easter too. And,
Yes, I had a Whataburger with cheese, jalapenos on it, French fries, and a Coke.
yeah.
Tasted just great.
Yeah, it's every
Anyway.
every time you watch the news, you see Trump's face, it kind of, you want to throw up. But I mean,
Yeah. Well,
that's how it is.
on our tradition of welcoming new people into the room, I saw a name down there that I hadn't seen before, Dr. Andy. Welcome to the room.
Hello.
I think we've
Are-
talked to Dr. Andy before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. John's mind is toast nowadays. My memory is just out the window. He's got. I'm getting jumped on, by the way. Everybody in the chat was telling me Hegseth was a National Guard. He wasn't a Marine. I'm sorry. I made that mistake. Let's get that cleared up. He was in the Army North National Guard. But I believe he went to. Somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know that he is not qualified for Department of
Right.
Defense. That's what I know. You know, usually a man with military background, some wisdom, you know, years and years of experience. Nope. Just a yes man. That's all the requirement is.
John,
Yes.
you want to know something about South Africa?
What's that?
You want to know a fact about South Africa?
I'm not hearing that. Wait a minute. Let me get my. Say that one more time.
You want to know an interesting fact about South Africa? Do you know that South Africa has like racist sex cults?
Has racial what?
Racist sex cults.
A racist sex cult. Oh, I'm sure you can find them right here in the United States.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Don't,
the Proud Boys.
yeah,
that's
there you
probably
go. There you go. Good night, Jeanette. Yeah, it's yeah. You don't have to be in South Africa. That's just about anywhere.
No.
You know, it's it is what
Proud
it is.
Boys
I guess.
seems to be a very sexual, freaky.
I'm sure in the white supremacy world there are, I don't know, swinger groups. I don't know. I'm not in that world. So I just think as a part of the general population, you know, what do you do? What do you do? So
Yeah, well, you know, Elon Oh my god, dude! It sounds like a movie from. Have you seen that movie Species? My uncle used to work behind the scenes in that movie. He was a caterer. But there's this there's the plot where an alien comes to space, comes to Earth, and she shapeshifts into a white woman, a really attractive white woman, and the goal is to have like as many babies as she can. And it's the same thing with going to Elon Musk, but it's like the white supremacist version of it.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, did I not see a story here lately about him approaching another young lady about having his baby?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so. See, my mind ain't totally shit. Now, what the hell is that?
$1 million, and I can't remember what the other.
He wants
Just-
to repopulate the world. Actually, that's probably what he wants.
With a legion of babies.
Single-handedly.
Yeah.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s got his hands full if he's going to cure this shit by September. Are you shitting me? It's a sad
Yeller
statement.
Man, have you seen Species?
I don't know what species he is, but I mean, his father actually married his stepdaughter, didn't he?
Oh
Didn't,
yeah.
So I guess when you have that kind of offspring, it has to go bad, I mean, I don't know.
It's a movie. It's a sci-fi movie.
I know that. But another thing I
That's
wanted
right,
to mention
Eric.
to John,
That's a good-
to
that's
John
good. Eric Davis.
and everybody is, it was probably included in the title today, John, and that is the rallies that AOC and Bernie is doing in red districts, where they are having turnout like nobody. I mean, they're having
Outstanding. That's what it's take. That's what I'm talking about. You're seeing a resurgence of this resistance, a rebirth of it. It got its new breath, a fresh breath. Because it's every day you turn on the news, it's some bullshit he's trying to do. Right now, Medicaid is under threat. He's threatening Medicaid. This affects not just liberals, conservatives.
AOC is one of the best things that has ever happened to the Democratic Party. I mean,
I would tend to agree with that. She's on fire. She speaks with a passion, and she doesn't back down.
She's beautiful.
Well, that's
she's young.
besides the point.
She's energetic. She cares.
She's smart. She's smart,
Yeah.
and she has that sense of courage about her. That
she's wonderful.
she'll walk into that battle. She'll stand up there and take the slings and arrows or whatever.
Yeah.
To spread the message. She's doing a fine job.
Was John F. Kennedy, basically.
She kind of reminds me of RFK. I mean, the original RFK, Robert Kennedy, that JFK's brother. He had the same charisma that AOC's got. He was also bringing in crowds, and
It's
he
the
was a
message,
fantastic.
Betty. It's not just her. It's the message that she's bringing.
Mm.
And Bernie Sanders right there with, and that's why and I don't make any bones about it. During the primaries, I voted for Bernie Sanders.
Oh
But when
Hillary won.
No, it wasn't Hillary.
But which one was it, Hillary or Biden?
It was Biden.
It was Biden.
It was Biden. And
Yeah.
hey, it's 420. Cut me some slack.
Yeah.
You got to celebrate where you can.
You got to. I mean, when your candidate loses the primary, you got to rally behind the one.
You got to rally behind the candidate in your party, yes. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't make a big fanfare out of it. We all voted in the primary, but I kept my mouth shut. It wasn't until after Biden came into his presidency that I opened my mouth and said, well, that's who I was, and that's where I was. I'm much more progressive than anything else, I think. It's it's in the name. You either progress or you digress. I don't want to digress. I don't want to go backwards.
No.
I always want to go forward. There's always a new venture, a new future, a new horizon on the way. Hell, we just discovered there's
Yeah.
life on another planet. 170
That
million
was
light years.
incredible. I mean,
170
Awesome.
light years. Yeah.
Yeah.
120 light years away.
You asked about
I don't think we'll
the
get there, but
origins of.
you know, we can
somebody
go
asked about
outside
the
and wave,
Oh yeah,
be good
but
neighbors.
somebody asked about the origins of Elon Musk. Maybe he comes from a different planet. I don't know.
Oh
But, I
yeah, definitely, I believe it.
Yeah.
It's that lizard face.
If there's
maybe
anything
they
that's
should.
come out of this that we need to worry about, it's him.
Oh yeah.
It's Elon Musk and
He's a-
what
he's a-
his little minions have gathered and what they plan on doing with that information, because he's gotten a shitload of it. What the hell was he doing at the CIA? I'm sorry, that's stuck in my head. It's like a worm brain. It's like a Kennedy thing, I guess. What the fuck did he have a meeting at the CIA for?
That's,
No, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Those kind of questions that bother me.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you open the news and you can't believe what you see. I mean, it's just
Oh, let me see
one
if I can
story
remember
is
the
even
order
more.
of this. That
But I think
Anyway.
your title today is pretty good, John. I mean, the people are standing up to this shit.
I think
And,
we're going to see a rise in it. I
Hello,
think we're going to
better
see.
weather.
Hello, better weather.
Well, speaking about people standing up, I'm coming high off of a buzz from the weekend. We had protests going on up here. How you guys doing? Happy Easter.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Happy Easter.
Great. Where
And,
are you? Where are you situated? Better weather. Where are you?
I am in the beautiful state of New York.
Outstanding. Oh, that was a big
California,
one.
man.
That was a big one.
I guess
There was a-
AOC is pretty. AOC is pretty big there, is she? I mean, she's in New York.
Yes, she is.
From New-
She is a point of pride up here. And as
That's
soon as we
cool.
get rid of that Stefanik problem, we're going to be looking pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh God.
She's got aspirations too. She's
It's
you know,
funny. I laughed my head off when Trump pulled her. I mean, that was couldn't have happened to a better woman.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fun watching them backpedal.
Yeah.
they're not
he knew he was gonna
backpedaling
lose
enough
the
or
seat.
fast enough yet.
We need a Gen X or a millennial president.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's the big question.
Pete Buttigieg.
Is with the party now is which direction are they going to go? Who is going to be that person that's going to be stand up and be that leader? Because that's what the Democratic Party's looking for, and we have people out there.
You have a great one in Texas, the one you supported, Beto
Beto
O'Rourke.
O'Rourke.
He was fantastic. Yeah.
He is. I
great.
supported him tremendously. I was heartbroken when he lost to Ted Cruz.
He's
You
a
know,
real
it's-
deal.
He is. He is. Beto O'Rourke is the real deal. He is a genuine liberal Democrat, and but he knows how to get shit done. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're not done seeing him in politics. He'll be back.
No.
You know. But
Well, we'll see
Anyway.
my governor. Man.
what's that, better weather?
He scares Republicans. O'Rourke.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he came within a narrow margin of beating Ted Cruz here in Texas. You know, Texas is.
That was close. That was close.
It was.
That
It was
he got
very close.
48. He almost got. It was almost 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Walz, yeah. Mark Kelly, yeah. People in the chat are pointing out names. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
lot of
who is going to be
great-
that one? Every time I see Mark Kelly, man, that guy's good. Plus, look at his background. Hell, he's fucking astronaut hero shit. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's- yes, and a damn good legislator. So yeah,
Yeah. He'd be good in charge of anything.
but we're still a long way off. You know, hell, we're barely 100 days, or we're not even to 100 days, are we? Into his administration, Trump.
Not yet.
What day is this? Feels like years already.
I think it's like 80s or 90s.
Yeah,
Like years, not
we're
days.
not. We're still below 100 days. Not 100 days into his administration, and look at the state of our union. you know, people are nervous. People are upset. People are concerned. People have lost their job, lost their income, you know, on a whim.
There was one thing that really pissed me off today, and that was Trump has opened the possibility for the U.S. to grant Russia Crimea, that to acknowledge Crimea as Russian land. That came today in the news. That pissed me off.
I'm actually subscribed to a Russian YouTuber who really hates the regime over there in Russia, and he could tell you that like Trump and Putin are like parallel to one another, even though they're different. They're kind of the same. They're on the same side of the coin. You know what I mean? Or different sides of the coin. Yeah.
John has people in Ukraine in his family. He's been on the show here. Roman, you know, he's.
Oh yeah.
He knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very smart individual.
Despite the
hey, let me interrupt.
By Trump, there does seem to be the Russians in Crimea do seem to be getting out of the way. They think something's coming.
Yeah.
You know,
it would be a disaster if Trump was able to hand Crimea to Russia. That would be. Yeah. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
We need to nuke the motherland.
But yeah, don't look for Trump to stand up for Ukraine. Trump is in this negotiation for the benefit of Russia and to get himself the Nobel Peace Prize that he wants so desperately. And if it means crushing Ukraine and taking out chunks of Ukraine and handing it to Russia, then that's what he'll suggest. And then when Ukraine says no, Donnie, you know, they're all fucked up. Them bad people. We'll just pull up and walk away. Anyway, let me thank Silly Bebo, who came in with $2 and said, "From the window to Tim Walsh." There you go. Tim Walsh made a hell of an impression running as vice president. And Rhett's mom, donated $5 and said, "Thank you all for the updates. I appreciate you, Puerto Rican female boomers, 60s, and loving your channel." Well, Rhett's mom, thank you very much, darling. And if any, Greenland my ass. If there's ever a 51st state, it needs to be Puerto Rico. That's I don't give a shit. Yeah. They've been waiting long enough. And Chuckster255 came in with $2 and said, "Howdy y'all, happy 420 to all those who partake." Indeed, to all of those who partake. I don't know who might be. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Yes, it's my celebration of the year. That's what it is. Anyway.
Happy 420.
Happy 420. That's what it is. And let me see. We're going to increase the room here. So let's welcome Foxwolf into the room. If he so happens to come up. Yep, went and got a cup of coffee or something. He walked away. That's all right. He'll be back in.
You got a few choices down there, John. So.
I see that. I don't want to overcrowd the room. We sometimes do that, and then somebody can't get a word in edgewise sometimes. Hey, let me thank. Yeah.
What's your opinion on RFK saying that that autistic people are destroying families and they can't get jobs and stuff? Because I'm actually on the spectrum myself.
What can I say about an ignorant? What did I just say about Pete Hegseth not being qualified?
All the same for RFK.
All the same. You just put ditto. He is not. He's an idiot.
Or worse.
Or worse. Yes. And the news. I think the news has it right when they say, well, if he thinks he's going to have a cure by September, he's already got it in his mind what that outcome is. He's already made his decision about what it is. There's no science. There's nothing. It's like just like Donnie. He pulls it out of his ass. Again, a man with none, no experience, no doctorate, no medical. Nothing.
Yeah. Like autism is not a disease; it's a neurological disorder like ADHD and OCD.
Yes.
out of his ass.
Uh-oh.
What the hell?
You guys hear me now?
Somebody's got their speaker on. Hey, let
Can
me
you hear me
thank
now?
Oline DB, who came in with a $5 donation and said, Headseth now has a second signal chat with his family about the Houthi attack. Yes. I didn't know who it was with. I just knew that he had a second signal with his family. Hi, honey. Guess what I'm doing? Are you shitting me? Tell me.
Yeah, that was what I read just before I went on here today. That was on the news when I joined you.
Yeah, a yeller man.
With lives on the line.
Yeah.
With lives on the line. With aircraft in the air.
Yeah.
And he pulls bullshit like that. That's what I mean. No experience at all. He's winging it. He thinks he's hot shit now. Just.
I don't know about what do you think would have happened if that was Biden as Secretary of Defense? That would have been. Can you imagine
The right would have been
Sean
going
Hannity-
ape shit.
Oh yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Hello,
Yeah,
Fox Wolf.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what was going on with my phone, but happy 420. First
Happy
of all,
420, my friend.
I did go to protesting yesterday, even though
Outstanding. Thank you.
I kind of ended up leaving early because I kind of lost my phone at the whole time I was processing. So,
Oh, shit.
yeah. But
That'll be a
came back
distraction
home.
if you lose your phone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I asked the cop to help me. Of course, he was being an asshole. So I had some girl call my phone, and luckily she was able to find where it was at.
Well, there you go. Good. Things worked out.
So I didn't get to see all the protests that I wanted to, but I kind of felt good going. And hopefully, when I go to the next one, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah. I was in Corpus early yesterday, but I had to come back home so my son could use the car to go to work, and I was unable to leave the house. So, but I didn't see one here. I didn't. It was really quite disappointing to look on the news or the internet there and looking for a Corpus Christi protest, and I could not find one for yesterday. But boy, howdy shit, they were everywhere else. You know, even on an Easter weekend, the crowds that I saw in cities across the United States, they were quite large.
They're getting big. They're getting bigger and bigger.
They're getting bigger, and that's on a holiday weekend. You know, a lot of people, you know, family get-togethers, Easter egg hunts, whatever. You know, it's
Now, to point out what you said, like, under Democratic, the economy is a lot better under Democratic than it is Republican.
Oh yeah.
And we can see that because when Biden was in office, he helped tremendous.
Absolutely, man.
yeah. Sometimes
just
the
wanna know
American people
how-
have a short memory,
I just
or
wanna
a
know
bitter
how-
heart. I would fall it under a bitter heart.
Yeah.
You know, Trump spent the whole 4 years of Biden's administration throwing rocks, defying courts. He was in the news even though he wasn't president. You know, it's a constant drip, drip, drip. And his base out there, his MAGA base, they didn't go anywhere. They grew defiant because you know, January 6th. And did you?
No.
What the fuck? Have you heard that he wants to give money to January 6th defendants, the ones to I guess compensate them for what they've lost while in prison? Are you shitting me? Pay them?
They're criminals, man.
There's
One
no
of them's done a
freaking end to this bullshit. He's a
Yeah, one of them
vindictive
wrote-
asshole who has no. He's no better
like,
than Pete
how-
Hegseth as the Department of Defense. Donald Trump is to the presidency. It's the same thing.
Now, they say about the $5,000 stimulus check. Yeah, I like to see that, and I like to see when that's going to happen because I know it's not going to happen.
The what? I'm sorry.
$5,000 stimulus check that they kept saying that they was going to give.
Oh, are we going to get that?
No.
To show me an American that wouldn't accept that. That doesn't change a shitting ass thing, though. And why would all those
going out, especially since Elon basically said that there's no way they're meeting their goal that they laid out for themselves. I think 500 million or more than that out of the total 2 trillion that we're going for. They're like, we just can't do it.
Like
admitted failure.
Exactly. Like you guys think you still? If these Republicans still think they're going to get it, I don't know what to tell.
There's a good quote right there. Where did that go? By David Jones. No, I'm sorry. No kings in America. Trump pardons 1,500 criminals, but illegally kidnaps and deports an innocent man to a foreign torture chamber for life. Is there a problem there? I see.
Yeah, that's some like Nazi shit right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the CIA. Why Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk was behind CIA to gather information to send over to Russia and China.
Well, I wouldn't doubt anything. Elon Musk has no ties, no. I don't consider him a great patriot of America. He's a businessman, and he's got business all over the world. He's loyal to his business.
I don't know how the richest man acts like a deadbeat dad to his children.
He's not done. He wants some other woman to have his baby, I guess. That's just I don't know. That just kills me. That just kills me.
Man,
hey, let's don't forget to do your part. That's right, baby. I don't care if it's a protest, a petition, whatever it is that you want to do. Talk to your neighbor. Contact your local Democratic headquarters. Find out when the next meeting is. Participate. Use your voice. Whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Got to remember, this is our game, baby. We got to play it. Huh?
I'm talking to Benny. What's up, Benny?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Benny.
How's it going, John?
Well, it's hanging in there, brother.
I got some good news for you.
We happen to need good news around here. What is it?
From the Kansas City metro area yesterday on the protest.
Oh, I think I seen Kansas City on the news.
Between Johnson County, Kansas, and Jackson County, Missouri, there was over 1 million people yesterday at all the protests here.
That's what I mean.
Oh, man.
When you saw them on the news, you could definitely tell there's a swell in population there, baby. There's a swell in the number of people.
Yeah, and they estimate that there was over 3 million people in St. Louis.
It's going to get bigger.
Wait.
Like I said, this was the Easter holiday weekend. There's a lot of people that couldn't make it because of family commitments and stuff, traveling or whatever.
Yeah.
But this shit's going to
John,
get bigger.
Do you remember Roger over on Robin's show?
Roger. Yes.
The one up in Oregon?
Yes. I couldn't remember where he was. I remember.
He was saying something very, very good on Friday, and I think he's right. I think the larger that these protests continue to get, eventually our legislative branch is not going to be able to ignore this anymore, and they're going to get on board. And then when we have the legislative and the judicial, that's it. His ass is fucking grass, and he's going to prison.
From your mouth. From your mouth. You know, that's... We've been wanting to get his ass in prison forever. He's like, what?
I mean... And we need to deport Elon Musk, too.
Deport him back to South Africa.
Yeah.
But you know what really shocks me, though, is that these actually aren't deportations, because an actual deportation is you're sent back to your home country and you're allowed to roam free in your home country. This isn't a deportation. This is a haul off to a death camp.
It's a kidnapping. It is a kidnapping.
It is. It's a disappearance off. Yeah. Because getting them off our books and onto somebody else's books, and then we can just wash our hands and go, "Oh, we have nothing to do with that bullshit." Bullshit.
And he told Donnie
We are a
told the
nation
president
of
of El
laws.
Salvador.
That's what
Yes.
the conservatives have a problem with that. Not the conservatives, the maggots. That we are a nation of laws. That's what this whole thing about Mr. Garcia down with deportation to El Salvador. To me, the question is whether or not he's a criminal, whether or not evidently there has been no proof at all of him having any ties to MS-13 or having any criminal activity. That's not the question. The question is the due process of what happened to him.
Exactly.
And Van Hollen's right. If they could do it to him, they could do it to. And Donnie's out there spouting his mouth about, well, he wish he could just send American citizens down there too, just anybody. Yeah, if he said it, then it's working in his mind. He'd find a reason, a way to do it. We can't take his musings lightly. We thought that about Greenland. Well, we ought to make Greenland 51st state. Next morning, fuck, CNN. Oh, CNN. What would happen if we take Greenland? What the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
It is.
Haley to make 5 more prisons just so we can send the, quote, homegrowns there.
Plan B is what? That Prince fella. The guy that was a mercenary back in...
Eric Prince?
Yeah, Eric Prince. He wants to build prisons right here in the United States that he will run. And that way, you know, we get away the immigration issue and we just lock them up here and I don't know. Wait till they die.
They go from picking our vegetables and making money to being something we have to utterly pay for.
Leave it to Eric Prince. He'll put work camps on them so the prisoners will have to work the farms. Yeah, they'll work out something. Don't worry about it. Yeah, not to worry about it. Don't worry about the Constitution or legal rights and all that
slavery
shit.
comes back.
In
Knock
a
on
way.
wood, though, John. Knock on wood, though, John. Hey, he didn't declare martial law today.
That's
Say,
good.
Hey, everybody said he was going to.
say what? He declared, who
He did.
declared martial law?
Oh, he didn't declare martial law like everybody thought he was going to because it was Hitler's birthday.
Oh,
yeah.
This was also the
well, that
day he
must
got
have
the
slipped
report
my
back on whether he was allowed
calendar.
legally to declare martial law.
Well, look, we really didn't care about. We don't care about it.
That's how come our protests have to remain peaceful. We can't have violence break out because that would play right into his hands. Because he would like nothing else better than to declare martial law in this country.
That's what it's been. It's been a lot of people just enjoying their First Amendment and their ability to move around. It's been really beautiful.
Show me the
Let's
papers,
just
old
hope-
man. That's what we're
Let's
looking
just
at.
hope that let's just hope that the Proud Boys don't decide to show up and make these protests unpeaceful.
They can show up if they want because the Proud Boys now belong to that black church.
Oh.
Like if the name Proud Boys belongs to that church whose flag they vandalized. So if anybody's actually brandishing that name,
Oh,
make sure
I
they
think
belong
I
to
heard
that
something
church
about
because
that.
if not, they owe them money.
I think I heard something about that.
Wow.
That they went to court and got that name.
Hi, little boobies. I'm touching my cat.
Are you talking about Westboro Baptist Church?
No,
No.
Yeah.
no, that sounds like bad
No,
people.
that's the whack jobs.
These
That's
are good
the-
people. I will look it up real
Okay.
quick.
Oh, you talking about the ones that's right there in
All
what's
the ones that stand in
in
front
Ohio,
of
Lincoln, Ohio?
Yeah. Hey, let me thank Louis Ming. Oh, you're gonna mess me up. I pick with names like mine. You know, Mignusi came in with $5. Said, "What actions or steps can be taken now to address the political or legal issues involving Donald Trump?" Impeachment would be the first thing that comes to my mind. He's done enough right now for impeachable offenses. He's defied a Supreme Court. The problem is the mechanisms of how this is going to happen. Right now, we don't have a Republican Congress that has balls enough to stand up to him to
Midterms.
impeach his
Got
ass.
to take over the midterms.
And if by any chance he was impeached, what would that do to the maggot crowd out there in the nation? You know, there has to be the midterms. I mean, if you're looking at the rainbow way of this all comes out, we all go to the midterms. We take control of the House and the Senate, and then in another 2 years we kick his ass down the road. But I don't think this country's going to stand 4 years of this man.
We're not.
He is actively trying to disassemble, take us apart, divide us. Divide and conquer, baby. He wants the power of Putin. He wants the all-consuming power. And you can see that with every decision he makes. He wants to be the grand decider of everything. And now he wants to get rid of the Federal Reserve, which he can't do. But if he keeps running his mouth, what do you think that's going to do to the market? You know.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
What we need to take back our country, and we need to basically disbar fascist ethnicities like South Africans, El Salvadorians, Italians, Germans from coming into this country.
We have to stop them from coming into this country?
Yeah. I'm talking about fascist ethnicity.
Oh, fascist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fascism, it's becoming a world problem. Led by Donnie. Yeah. And people like what's his name? Guy never takes a bath or shaves.
Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon, thank you. See, that description pulled him up every so
Walking blood pustule. Yeah.
Hey, I got a good idea,
Right, I
John.
do too. Just turn on.
I got a
the
really
news,
good
it'll be
idea,
no
John.
news. What's that?
Let's do a trade.
A trade.
Yeah.
Donnie for
let's
what?
Let's
It's a
take
deal.
Donnie.
It's a deal. I don't give a shit what the.
Let's take Donnie and his cult, all of his maggots, and let's send them to El Salvador. And let's bring all those people back.
Yeah, well, that deport the Republicans and keep the migrants. That's what I say. Damn migrants are much more patriotic about this country than damn Republicans are. That's the thing about migrants. If you know people from like Mexico, which is prominent in my area, these people are proud of this country. They honor this country. You know, there was a time, I don't know what it is now. I only look back at my own history, but that, when I was in the most Medal of Honor winners were Hispanic.
Yeah, let's put Donnie and his cult. Yeah, let's put Donnie and his cult down there in that death camp.
Oh yeah, I'll take that any day.
Yeah, let's see how they like it.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see how that plays out. Well, you know, he's encouraging it. Let's get rid of his ass and then ship his ass to El Salvador. You think there'd be a lawyer taking a case to get his ass out? Yes, there would. Hey, I got a message for Donnie here. Uncle Fatty came in with, well, what do you think? Of course, $4.20, $4.20, and said, "Bang that gong, play the song, and fuck Trump." Okay, there's the gong. Here's the song, and fuck Trump.
I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. 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 Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
You get that swing going.
Shut the fuck up.
Got to time it just right.
Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow.
And Krista Hines came in with $2, said, "Happy 420, summer of democracy." And oh yeah, he's out. That's what I mean, baby. This summer, I think it's going to cook. The activism that is rising in this country. You can see it every day. Every day there's a new headline of his doing some other bullshit. There ain't no telling which. Oh, we're going to have the Easter egg roll tomorrow. The corporate egg roll.
Hey, John, are you barbecuing in your backyard today?
No. I was lucky Whataburger was open, so I got a cheeseburger and fries. And a Coke.
I'm barbecuing in my backyard.
Are you?
Yeah.
Damn. What do you got on the pit?
Ooh, like steak and hamburgers and what else? Hot dogs.
There you go.
That's what we're doing. We're barbecuing.
I told my son we have to get his I have to buy a bottle of propane, but get that smoker going because I want to put a hunk of meat in there and smoke it.
Yeah. You know what I'm surprised about, though, John?
Pray tell, what are you surprised about?
that yesterday that Putin actually called Donnie's bluff on the truce.
He did do something. Remind me quick what it was. That
The-
Putin.
the-
He
the-
agreed to a truce, a ceasefire.
The Easter truce. Yeah, the Easter truce.
Yeah, and then he broke it.
Hey, he broke it as soon as it hit midnight in Ukraine. The Ukraine
Yep.
air raid map started lighting up again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't expect anything out of that man. And Donnie's just kowtowing to him. He's ready to kiss Putin's ass. He just wants a deal so bad it doesn't matter how much it screws Ukraine. And that pisses me off because in my world, in my light, in my way of thinking, not one fucking inch. Russia was the aggressor. There was a border. Russia crossed that border and attacked another country.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it.
100%.
Bottom line. Not one fucking
then,
inch.
And then
And we all
Donnie's
pledged
plan.
our word to protect them.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. And then,
even the way I see it, when we went to the Cold, when we had the Cold War, they crossed the border.
Mm.
We never crossed any border. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
So Russia shouldn't get no land out of Ukraine at all.
Well, he knows he has Trump by the balls if he's got any in there. Yes.
But
I mean,
It
Putin is an
could be
old
the
ape.
it could be the PP tape. I don't know what it is.
no, I mean,
Or it
Putin
could be
is
just
old.
Donald's just desire to have a Trump Tower in Moscow to be one of, Trump looks at world powers differently than I guess normal people do. We look at
I
leaders
just read
that
that,
lead. He looks at leaders who are dictators, which is why Putin and Kim Jong-un are his two best buddies.
hmm
But I mean, Putin is an old KGB agent, okay?
Yes.
And from what I've heard is that Russia has been spying on Trump since the 80s.
87
Because they-
at least.
Yeah, and so they probably got everything that he did, every shady deal, his connections with the mafia, because he was really connected in New York. I mean, nobody talks about
I
that.
don't
but
think
he was
anybody is
really
going to argue that Donald Trump has led a immaculate life of obeying the law and doing the right thing and all that shit. No. He's been a crook all his life. He's been a shyster,
He's a convicted
grifter.
felon. He's a felon.
He's a
He's been
convicted felon.
convicted.
Yes. And to the maggot crowds, that just makes him more desirable. Like, I don't know, one of the boys, I guess. You seen him in the dump truck, boom, boom, just one of the guys.
Yeah, he's that nice kind of white
Shit.
felon. The kind they like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just about sums it up. Anyway. Boy, howdy.
He wanted to date his own daughter. So, I mean, he
That's,
wanted,
yeah.
so he's creepy.
Every time that subject comes up, everybody goes, yep. Because we all know.
And
Yes, I
only
think he
God-
was hot for his daughter. Where is she, by the way? Nowhere near his ass now.
nope.
Where's his
Ivanka
wife?
and Jarrett are
Have-
nowhere to be seen. They made
Nobody's
all their
Yeah,
big money on that
Melania
first
has
trip,
not
baby.
even been reported. Melania
No,
has not
she
even
ain't.
been reported being around the White House this time.
You know
She's got
What a
messages.
lovely first family we have. You got Donnie and Melania that they see each other. Don Jr. and Eric out there trying to make whatever freaking deals they can. Ivanka and Jared, who already cashed in on the biggest deal with Saudi Arabia. Jared got his way with Israel and everything, and shit, man. Now,
Did you hear what he did on Friday?
What are my dogs barking at?
Yeah, did you hear what he did on Friday?
What did he do on Friday?
With the meeting with the president from Italy? He was flirting with her hard, and I mean hard flirting with her.
really?
Yeah, he was staring her up and down, sizing her
Pardon
up,
me.
everything.
I mean, you know,
You don't blame him?
he still has that 20-something-year-old mentality. He's not acting his age. People my age do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people are children. They have no idea what they're even doing. And everybody else is basically just chewing them up and spitting them out, and they don't even know it. That's how stupid they are.
I'm sorry. What did I miss? I had to check something. Anyway, what did I miss?
We hate stupid people, and they're in charge of
well,
them.
Shit.
Yeah.
We ought to do something about that.
No,
You know?
no, John. He was.
We ought to
flirting
really mobilize
hard.
and get stupid people out of our government.
That's
John.
one thing I want to mention, John. I saw in the comment section that Mary Trump had given you a mention, John. Did you see that?
Who?
Mary Trump had given you a
Mary
mention.
Trump?
Yeah, Mary Trump's
Yeah.
mentioned you before.
Yeah.
She's cool. She's cool.
She has
cool.
given you a mention, John. Mary Trump, Trump's niece. I
think I know who. Yes, I think I know who she is. She's the one that stands up against him.
Yeah,
Called me out?
She's watched you. She's watching your channel, from what which is pretty cool if she does, you know.
Yep, extremely cool.
Yeah, that was in the. I don't know who wrote that. Maybe you can rewrite it again, so that'd be cool for everybody to see. But
I know a lot of Native Americans hate Trump, right?
no, but it's pretty cool if Mary Trump is one of John's supporters. That's that's very cool. So I think that's you have a couple of big
I appreciate
YouTube
everybody
people.
who watches,
Yeah.
who participates in this. I do.
Mm.
What we discuss here on this show, to me, is extremely important. But what goes on in this chat over here, which I do not get to read because if I try to read the chat, your mind is I can't do two things in a conversation and read the chat and then think about what's in anyway. It flies by. But when I do look over there, there's conversations going back and forth within that chat.
Mrs. Chick, she's reading the chat, isn't she?
Oh, Mrs. Chick,
And
I
if
couldn't live without her. Shit.
No, but if she sees who it was who brought up Mary Trump, maybe she could give you. If they read
Well, we
it. But
appreciate anybody who's watching.
Yeah.
And I, as I often do, there is no competition with it, in my mind, with any of the people that do this. I suggest you listen to a lot of voices. I don't.
Over with us at the Sons of Liberty, everybody loves this channel. Like they know you, John.
Well, shit. I don't know anything. I don't know anything nowadays. I'm consumed nowadays with shit to keep myself occupied, and y'all know why. You know what I'm going through, and it's difficult. And like today, I cleaned house. I fucking cleaned shit, just cleaning shit. And
just to do something.
So.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Right now, I'm barely working, and I don't have a girlfriend right now, so I'm trying to keep myself occupied, but I'm always stuck in this house and watching TV all day. So
that's not good for you right now.
Yeah, well, I've had this kind of discussion with people before, because when you do what I do and others, it's kind of imperative that you stay in the news. And when like in my case, I've been doing this for over 8 years. That's 8 years every day of looking in to see what the fuck that man did. And after a while, it plays on you heavy. It just irritates you. It consumes you.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm at that point where my political advisor is no longer with me to have that banter back and forth. And I miss that. I miss that tremendously.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, me too.
So, but all of us, and I'm not the only one in this particular boat. There are others within this Blue Dot family that are facing the same things I am. You know, this is unfortunately the life.
Hey,
Well,
John.
what you do,
Sucks
what you do,
sometimes.
John, is you're keeping on her legacy
Yes,
by
you are.
by speaking up and by not giving in. I mean, you're still doing what she wanted you to do.
I'm doing what she would, what she would have wanted me to do.
Yeah.
But
That's why
again, I'm not
you're
the only
keeping
one in this
everybody
family that
together.
has lost a member recently. And
This is a really good way to pay tribute to her, to keep on doing what you do.
Well,
This is a great way.
let me catch up
Yeah.
real quick. DC Trevitt, if I'm saying that right, came in with a $10 donation and said, "Cut your cable TV and shift consumption away from Amazon into local, and we'll have the oligarchs on their knees in weeks, if not days." The power of the purse, buddy. The power of the consumer, and what we do with our money impacts a lot. And that's something we should be considering. And Lincoln came in with $2, said, "Elect a rapist, expect to get fucked." That's what happened. And Silly Bebo, Brittany came in with $5, said, "Get Travis to look into getting you a teleprompter so you can see and follow the chat." Oh, darling, I got one right here. There's a whole screen right here with nothing but the chat. And the problem is, if I read the chat, then I'm involved in this conversation and not in this conversation that's in my ear. And that's a difficult thing to do, I'm sure, with anybody. So I watch the chat, and I try to, if I see something that comes across that catches my eye, then I try to call it out.
John, I'm just going to break in for a second because
Please do.
The chat on YouTube had gotten a little upset. Do you remember when Lincoln came in and was upset and needed to leave for a while? Told us he needed to leave for a while.
I believe I remember. Yes.
You remember that he was very
Another
emotional.
day, John.
Well, we
Yes.
have someone in the chat today who's very emotional, Mobile Mama, and she's having a rough day like that. She's having an emotional day, and people were getting upset because she was expressing herself the best way she could, and not everybody was understanding that. And it's hard to understand that when you're typing your emotions, as opposed
If I
to
type in
speaking
my
them.
emotions, it's usually in all caps.
Right, and she was typing
Oh,
in
there
all
you go.
caps. Yes,
Yep.
she was. But we just want to say, Mobile Mama, you're welcome here. We know it's hard. It's hard on everybody,
darling.
and everybody has their breaking point. And
Yeah,
you know,
I think
I think
people,
you're at your breaking point. So hang in there.
Show
You're in good
compassion
company,
and
dear.
empathy when you see.
You're
We
in
should
good
show
company.
empathy and compassion when we see somebody in the family who is struggling. And Lincoln is doing okay now. I've been
he
speaking
is.
to him, and I know the Mr. Chick has been speaking to him. And my advice to him was to stay away from the news for a while. And I think he's following that advice. And
take
that's
breaks.
good.
Literally take
Yeah.
breaks.
Indeed, that's what I was
Take
just
breaks.
saying a little while ago. I'm watching the Smithsonian Channel, Fly Across Aerial America. That's what it was. It's a wonderful show. It's state by state and what the state has in it, and it highlights this, that, and the other. And it's just mind candy to get myself out of the hate. Because if you watch the news and
Watch
you're
some
passionate,
good movie. Listen to good
all
music.
need it.
Do something else than
doesn't
than the
mean that
news.
you walk away. It's
No.
just you can't live in this shit 24/7.
No,
It's
you gotta
difficult to.
divert your head. You gotta
Yeah.
like you did, John. You have your animals and you have things to do. That keeps you occupied for a bit. If you sit in front of a screen and read the news every day, you're gonna go crazy.
Oh, there
you
you
can't
go.
do that.
Lincoln came in with $2 just to say he bought a PS5. There you go.
Yeah, I know.
There you go, Lincoln. That'll work.
That'll distract your ass.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah.
Hey, John,
Yes.
Fuck politics.
I got a really good idea for a new Blue Dot Family T-shirt.
Oh yeah. What's that?
Yeah, MAGA. You had 8 years to study for an open book test, and you fucking failed
You
miserably.
failed it. Yeah, 8 years. 8 years to study for an open book test. Yep. and you screwed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to, what to say to that. Because it's not because of his brilliance. It's not because of his statesmanship. It's not none of that shit. It's hate. That is how that man got elected, by hate, by division, by being a racist, a misogynist, felon, draft dodger. It doesn't matter. It's uncanny to sit back and look at this country and think that's who you voted for. That's who you think should stand up for America. Be a,
You know that yeah.
What?
You know that that Gen Z MAGA. It's so funny because like remember what I said earlier that they hate like old people. You know those Gen Z types.
right.
And it's kind of funny because they're actually supporting like an older candidate, but they hate older like older people like baby boomers or people from the silent generation
Right.
because they think they're
Yeah, they
better
like the
than-
one with the
Homer's Reluctant Odyssey. Boy, howdy. Oh, there he's got a good idea. Learn how to play guitar. That's not why. Homer, it's good to see you in there, brother. It's
Well, at least
Homer's
Dr.
another
Oz
one
was
that has gone through his own heartbreak. Anyway, go ahead.
I mean, make sure to laugh. Make sure to watch something funny. There's so much on YouTube. You can watch Monty Python.
Clean something.
You can watch whatever.
Look around your house. I'm sure there's something that needs cleaning. Clean it.
Yeah.
No, my shoulder's freaking
No.
killing me. I have to stand up on a chair to get up high. That's all right, though.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Hey, if you
Uncle
guys want
Fatty,
a
how the
fun
hell
story,
are
I
you
got
doing?
one.
Happy 420, my friend.
Happy 420.
That's it, brother.
420.
We get one holiday a year. This is it.
At least Dr. Oz can save us from all the mayhem.
Oh, yeah, yes,
Nah.
yes, yeah. Dr. Oz, another prime example of somebody who should not be there.
Exactly. He don't have no qualifications.
Did not earn it.
Hey, John, what is your favorite Disney movie growing up as a kid?
My favorite Disney movie.
Growing up as a
Shit.
little
Snow
kid.
White. Snow White. John isn't that old. I mean,
That was more
Yeah, I
Fox and
am.
Hound.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he is that old.
he's not that old.
I was thinking about Steamboat Willie. Shit. I'm fucking old. Damn, I'm getting older too. Shit, this is it. Today. I've never been this old. Today, never. First time ever I've been this freaking old. Anyway, Silly Bebo came in with $5 and said, "Find a funny show to binge. Play The Sims. Dance around to fun music. Coloring is also
Exactly.
soothing."
100%. I agree.
Get on that Blue
Marcia
Dot
colored a
Discord.
lot. Marcia colored a lot. She colored.
Hey, John, do you have any Native American subscribers?
I'm sure we do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we do.
Yeah.
We don't have a
There's a-
questionnaire on the family tree.
Yeah, there's a quote from one of my Native American buddies. What's his name? Turtle Gang. Right. It's easier for a man to hide his prejudice than its ignorance. It's a quote from the Lenape tribe.
In my hallway, there's a whole list. I can't quote probably a single one of them right now. I could have. Give me a minute. A list of wisdom, bits of wisdom from Native America.
Yeah, it's easier for a man to hide his prejudice than its ignorance because it's hard to hide your ignorance. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, did you see what that cop said down in Florida?
No. What cop? I know
It
which
was
Florida.
he was talking about immigration and how deport Donald Trump. He was calling out Donald Trump saying five deportations a day is not going to cut getting the illegal immigrants out. I forget which cop it was, but it It was one of the ones that was in the news a while ago.
Immigration has become the number one issue, or I might say distraction, from what he's trying to do. This stays in the news. Mr. Garcia's in the news. The busloads to Venezuela. Everything having to, because that was his big thing on day one. He's going to round up everybody and get them out.
Yeah, well,
While he takes a sledgehammer to our economy and everything else.
Well, the way I
You heard the way that it turned around, right?
What's that?
the way
The Venezuela, like the busloads of people being deported to Venezuela were like midstream turned around because of the court.
Yes. Yeah, they had them on buses. They were ready to go when the court came down with their ruling. I'm checking.
Does anybody know what Alita wrote in his dissent? You talked about it earlier.
Yes, I read it. I read it. Oh, he's pissed off because he's pissed off because the court stepped in the middle of the night and could have left it down to the lower court and wang, 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 wang. Him and
Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, Clarence Thomas.
Thomas.
Were the two dissenters. and
Of course,
this was an emergency request, and the court acted on it. I guess leaving it to Alito, well, they just, we'll deal with it tomorrow or the next day. Meanwhile, the bus keeps going.
That would have been too late, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been too late, and they would have played the same game. Oh, well, they're already gone. That's too late. Nothing we can do now. Bullshit. The court has to stand up, and that right there, because this was an easy decision. This was because they were just asking for a stay, not to make a decision, just to stop what was going on, because it was an emergency. It tells you who on the court is loyal to the law and who in the court is loyal to Trump. And I think that's what that showed. They're loyal to Trump.
Yep.
If you have a president who is breaking the Constitution, you have to do something about it, and you have to do it immediately. You can't just wait.
That's why some people are saying we're in a constitutional crisis right now. Is because we have a president who is openly defying the court. And what is the resolution of that? What is the who goes to jail? Because somebody needs to.
Everybody else. He's the only one with immunity.
But they can read technically, but they can revise that immunity too.
I say there's a list of them.
It does need to be done. That has to be accomplished. And if that's not even used as like a campaign slogan by somebody, get on it.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Hey, let me send out a couple more thank yous, because Lincoln came back again with another $5 and said millions of people baffled by bullshit thought the DJT enema would work. It did not. Now we have polyps. Good one there, Lincoln. I like the way you played that in there. If you can't baffle them with bullshit, dazzle them with brilliance and baffle them with bullshit, and that's exactly what Donnie's done. And there's a lot of people that eat up his bullshit. Jennifer Jean came in with $5 Canadian. Thank you very much, Jennifer, and said, hi from Canada. Keep fighting. We support you. They're misspelling there. Not a misspelling. CA. I'm sorry, Jennifer. From Canada, thank you very much, baby. I appreciate that tremendously. That's another thing that it's not only the numbers of this family, it's where they are. We have an international family, and it shows. Yeah. Because it's not just Americans that are concerned about this asshole. Yeah. People around the world are concerned about this asshole.
Canada was the first country you started fucking with.
Canada.
That was the first country.
Canada. Yeah. The nice ones. I like that commercial. Some game commercial has a commercial on. So this lady's saying, what's the difference between an American horse and a Canadian horse? And the guy behind her says, well, a Canadian's horse is nicer. And if you've ever met a Canadian, they're very nice people. And They are, and we have a lot of
Our dad been.
winter Texans from Canada.
They
that
have
come down
everything you don't have. They have health care.
They indeed.
They have everything, and yeah.
Yeah, and
They have a government that's that works for them.
I remember when Trump addressed the Prime Minister of Canada as governor. You know, that was so.
Yeah.
I mean, what
it's insulting.
Shit.
But
Yeah.
that's Donnie. That's what Donnie does. He kicks everybody in the shins, insults everybody, insinuates this, insinuates that, just pisses everybody off. That's his game. Hate and discontent, baby. That's what he loves to spread. But he thinks he gains in it, and evidently he did. He got elected on that hate and discontent. Tell me he got elected for anything else. That's what he sells.
They have an upcoming election in Canada, so let's hope that the right side wins. I don't know how the polling are up there, but I mean they have an upcoming election. Let's hope that.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is from Canada. The guy who plays Deadpool.
Yeah. You know what? He's a bully, and there's only one way you deal with the bully.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's only one.
Tell his mom.
You punch Donnie
him
in the nose, and you knock
And
him
if he
out.
beats your ass, guess what? You get up and you do it again.
Yeah, you punch it.
And then you do it again, if that's what it takes. And I see, there's a few people that I've shown experiences in my life, some things that have happened in my life, shared stories and whatnot, and that's one of them. In my life, I had an incident happen to where I got in a fight, a brutal fight, mind you, 3 times within an hour. And every time it was because I stepped up. I could have walked away. 3 times I got my ass beat every freaking time.
But you still got up and you fought.
There wasn't a 4th time. There wasn't a 4th time. There wasn't a 4th time because we came to an agreement. He accepted the fact I wasn't going away. We later became friends.
Yep.
But that was a lot of pain. So when I say you get back up and you do it again, even when it hurts, I speak from experience on that.
Especially when
Crying, sniffling, fucking bleeding, stood back up and did it again.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about this today, John. You know, back in the American Revolutionary War, that's what we fought against when we had the 13 colonies was monarchies and kings, and that's now what we're fighting against again.
We're on the same. And
this revolution is going to continue to grow and grow and grow.
I guess America was great before the revolution. Is that what he was then implying then?
So.
You know, it's this fight that we're in. It's we've been in fights. Hell, when he ran the first time was a fight. He ran the second time it was a fight. Ran the third time he won.
Well, I mean, I can sort of interject that. I mean, Canada is actually a monarchy. They have a king, so I mean, but they have a constitutional king. They don't have a ruler, which is.
Right.
I think.
They have. Oh, I know the name of this. Damn it.
Yeah, man.
King Charles is the king of Canada, and they have a constitutional monarchy, and what I feel that Trump wants to be is an emperor. You know, he wants to be the Napoleon, whatever.
Donnie wants to be Putin. He wants to be president for life. He wants an oligarch society where the wealthy run everything in this country, and he can let somebody become president. Yeah, figurehead down there that'll, go to ceremonies.
He's not that, guys. We can't give him that much credit. All he wants is our applause and our affection.
I don't want to give him either one.
That's
he
all
doesn't deserve either one.
The epitome of a narcissistic dictator. And you know what? You know what you do to a fascist dictator? You mock them. At every move, you mock
'Cause
them. You make
that
fun of
pisses
them
them
because
off.
they are weak. They are weak. Nothing more. It's all a show.
Hey, Uncle Fatty, can I ask you a question?
Oh yeah.
Do you think Stephen Miller is like a reincarnation of like Joseph Goebbels? Because he looks a lot like it.
Yeah, but
He does.
he's
He
still.
does look like
where's,
him.
Where's he getting paid?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Goebbels.
He's influenced just like everybody else in the Heritage Foundation, and it all stems from the love of money. Okay? It's not money that is the root of all evil. It's the love of money. And these guys are infatuated with the oligarchy, with the, the more you own, the more you're worth. This meritocracy bullshit of the red pill manosphere, misogynistic bullshit of spreading the hate, of spreading division, so that we can get rich off of it, because it's a grift. And Miller, man,
Well said.
he's the biggest grifter. I've got him pinned. Watch him. Every time he lies, he puts his chin to his right shoulder.
Oh, he does that a
Right?
lot.
That's the nervous tick, because he knows he's lying. Okay, Donnie does the same thing when he says strongly, because every sentence that comes out of his mouth lately has the word strong or these adjectives, the building of the narrative, which is why it's so important to show this shit. Okay, I'm talking to MAGA folks, good friends that are redheads still, and they don't get this information. They don't. They hear me talk about this stuff, and they're like, "You're well."
Hang on, guys. We got a situation going on YouTube with Mobile Mama and somebody else.
Fash fatigue is real, man. Fash fatigue is real. John makes it look easy. He's an old salty bear when it comes to this shit. I am too. I've been in this game for a long time, but you know what?
Ask Miss Chick. First thing I do after every show, Lord, we pulled another one out of our butt. Oh Lord, this is very. It is. It's difficult to do this every day. And
hey, Miss Chick, we got a situation down in on YouTube.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah. I
Hey,
think
Uncle Fatty,
it's
can I
being.
ask you a question?
There's a conversation going on. That's what I'm talking about. Not just the conversation that we have here. That conversation going on in the chat. That's like the heartbeat of this show. There's over 400 people in that chat right now.
Grassroots at its core, right here. That's why this shit's so popular. We all know it. We all feel it, right? This is grassroots. This is what America's about. Getting together on your little soapbox, getting your shit off your chest, and going about your day, right? Because it's when we bottle this shit up, it's when we hold this stuff in, right, that we get all, full of anxiety.
In the old days, I'd be up on a soapbox and yelling in the town square or some shit. Nowadays, it's the internet.
Even if there's nobody listening, it's important to use your voice, and that's what this platform brings to everybody. And I appreciate the hell out of it. You know that.
I appreciate you saying that, because that's what this is. I always say that my rants are my rants. That's my opinion. John says whatever the fuck's on his mind. This is a different thing, totally. This live show, this family meeting, that's what it means to me. And it has taken on that meaning even more so lately. This is my family. Y'all know I've made that comment before. I sit here. I ain't got no place to go. I don't have a lot of friends coming around anymore. All my neighbors fucking hate me. I go out in my fucking front yard and I have to, be concerned.
The other sickening fact about his inauguration this time?
Yeah.
He never put his hand on the Bible when he was swearing himself in.
It means it means it doesn't count.
It doesn't.
Doesn't count. I have my fingers crossed or whatever the fuck. He could give two shits about it. That's another thing that just kind of chaps my ass. The religious right grabbed hold of him like he's a messiah. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? It's the same way I feel. You have a right to do that. But I feel the same way about veterans that support his ass. He's a draft dodging fucking coward. Really?
Remember when he was asked, "What is your favorite Bible quote?" And he couldn't. He didn't. Didn't know anything.
Oh, it's all of them. It's
I
all of
like.
them.
I like all of them.
All of them. Yeah, the one about all that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
he's real good at that, saying nothing. You know, he does it every damn day. You know, every time he gets in front of a microphone, he says a whole lot of shit that means nothing, that you can't peg down on anything. It's all innuendo.
But it appeals to the WrestleMania crowd.
Yes, it
Right?
does.
Everything
It
you want.
appeals to
Bingo.
fully educated folks that they get no other source of information than what Donald Trump tweets out and gets on the Telegram. It gets on these social platforms and Twix and Twitter anymore. I mean, give me a break. It's
Indeed.
it's a big
Yeah.
echo chamber.
He doesn't have to be intelligent for that crowd.
You guys
No.
want to hear something funny about Grok on X?
Man,
But-
I'm getting some good stuff out of Grok.
Well, there's. See, I caught that comment from Obama. She said, "America, stand the fuck up."
Yeah.
There you go.
If
There's
you-
wise words right there, and that is
If
what we
you
have
have-
to do.
I tried it out today because I seen it on another stream. If you ask Grok who spreads the most misinformation on X, guess what Grok says? Grok says Elon Musk spreads the most misinformation on X, his own platform.
Straight up.
It would
Straight
know.
up.
Shit.
Always ask any AI generator before you start what day it is. A lot of them are running off of like October 15th, 2024 as their kind of end date, and they won't give you any updated information from there. But Grok, I'm telling you, that's one of the better. It's one of the better AI search engines that's actually on the free open market, where you can just get on and ask it questions. It'll do a deep dive system and ask it shit about Donald Trump's regime. Ask it shit about Elon. Ask it about, stuff that we need to be asking the questions for, and post that shit. Okay, share that shit.
There you
I'm
go.
telling you,
Hey,
hit
let me
that
call
thumb
out a
button.
couple of big thank
Ring
yous.
that bell.
Michael Bruce came in with a $20 donation and said, "Thank you, John. Keep doing what you're doing." Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that very much. And Jeanette Dahl came in with 50 Danish krones and said, "I have heard," this is a sad one, "I have heard that fewer guests are coming to the U.S. In March, there was a 17% drop from the EU. Yes, there is less tourism coming to the United States. Why would that be? Because Donnie's over there kicking everybody in the EU in the knees, talking shit about them, and yeah.
People from Europe.
Tariffs on
actually-
everybody?
Yeah, but I mean, people in Europe are actually scared of being arrested and deported to a shit country. Because you can do that. You can just rile people up and say, "Oh, you're an illegal." "Oh, I'm just a tourist. Doesn't matter. We'll send you down to El Salvador tomorrow." That's what people are afraid of.
Why couldn't he do it to an immigrant
Well,
or a person on vacation?
He's working on doing it to anybody. That's that's what this whole thing about. Well, he wants to send American citizens to El Salvador. If anybody, anybody.
Normalization of shitty behavior, so that when
There
it
you
really
go.
comes time to it, it's just like another day, just a normal fascist day. Everybody board the trains.
Yep, just get on the train. Don't worry, it'll be a nice trip. You'll like where you're going. All right, I guess we're going to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in. It was a good conversation tonight. We had a lot to discuss because there's a lot going on in our world, babies, and we need to stay attention to it. Keep our attention going. Anyway, Dr. Andy.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Joining the conversation. Come back. I'm sorry. I must have forgot you weren't here. Never mind. John's mind is a sieve sometimes on certain things. Anyway, appreciate you being here. And Yelly Man.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you, John.
Always a pleasure, brother.
I'm glad you had a good Easter and that you're keeping on doing the shows, because I think it's very important for you to be.
Oh yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
So
We'll be back here again on Tuesday.
but
Anyway,
thank you
Yelly
for
Man.
allowing me in, and see you later.
You bet. Outstanding. Thank you,
Okay.
brother. And
Okay.
Fox
Bye-bye.
Wolf.
Yep.
Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
And come back and join us again.
I'll be here Tuesday.
All righty, brother. There you go.
All right.
And better weather. Well, we had the whole crowd in here tonight.
Oh, yes. Well,
Thank you
it was a good holiday. It's 420, and you know, just going to give you, especially, but also everybody else, love from over at the Sons of Liberty. Anybody's interested, you can find us at Sons of Liberty Official. We're getting in the fight, and we're trying to get everybody else in it too.
Outstanding.
And I just want to wish everybody happy Easter, happy 420, happy protesting.
There you go. Yeah. Outstanding. Better weather. We appreciate it. And let me thank
Good
Beth,
night.
who just came in with $5, said more purple, more Prince, and less politics. For me, once democracy is restored. Until then, just work and protest. We will win. We will win. Indeed, Beth. Thank you very much. And Benny.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes, I will be back on Thursday.
Outstanding. We'll be here.
And I appreciate you. And I know it's been a while, John. And, you know, one thing that you and me have in common, we're in America's heartland.
We are indeed. We're in the center, buddy. Yep. Great state. I mean,
Yep.
the great middle. Yeah, we're middle
Yeah,
America.
where you don't
Kansas,
like, you
hell,
don't like
you're
the
even
weather.
more in the middle. You're
Yeah, you don't
smack
like the
dab in
weather.
the middle.
Yep, they say around here you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
That's it. Yeah, you don't like the weather down here. Just wait around. It'll change. Anyway, Benny, thank you very much.
Yeah, we're going to
brother.
win this fight, brother. We're going to win
We
this
are.
fight.
We are. Indeed. All right, Uncle Fatty.
It's always good to be with you guys. Shout out to Big Sarge over at Sons of Liberty. Shout out to all the Blue Dots. Use your voice,
Outstanding.
guys. Use
Indeed.
your voice. That's what it all comes down to, you know.
Indeed. Thank you, Uncle Fatty, for all the work you do. And happy 420.
We were out protesting this morning in 70-degree weather, and guess what? It's snowing right now.
It's Jesus. Don't like the weather? Wait a minute. It'll change from 70 to snow. Shit.
Yeah, buddy.
That's
Yeah, we
a
got
hell of a
people coming in.
switch.
Oh, I love it. I love
Well,
it.
I know you do. I know you do. So enjoy the shit out of it. Uncle Fatty, thank you very much, brother. We'll
Yep.
talk to you again
Take
soon.
care of yourself. I'll meet you guys. Miss you, chick, as always.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And miss you, chick.
And John,
That was a
just
good
trying
show.
trying to catch up with that chat. 'Cause it's just
The
flying
chat
by.
looked lively tonight.
It was.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
they're
good. Our
taking
family's
care of
got a
each
lot
other.
to say.
Sometimes they misunderstand each other. They work it out, and they come back around, and then they all work it out.
Well, isn't
really
that
well.
what families do?
I would hope so. Yes.
That's what we do. We,
Healthy families do.
all healthy families do, and we have a very healthy one. Anyway,
Anyway,
I hope you enjoyed your weekend and your Easter.
I did. I mean,
Good.
it's still chilly up here. It's not exactly a lot of growing things yet. We're starting to see some buds. on the
Everybody got
tree.
power back?
No. I
No.
think there's. Well, it's a very large area that was affected, and it was 5 different electric companies.
Shit.
My electric company, I think, has all of the electric back on mostly in our area. They also handled internet, so they still have some internet outages with them. But on the other side of the state, they're still having electric outages. I'm hoping they were hit really hard. I mean, it was like
Evidently.
it looked like a hurricane went through there or something.
Damn.
The way it destroyed things.
Yeah, I know what it's like.
And it
going
wasn't
without
that
power
it
for an
destroyed
extended period
houses
of
so
time.
much, not that there wasn't damage to some houses, but
Right.
the power lines were just flattened. It was just really strange. Anyways, we don't want to go into all that again. They are trying to recover yet.
Well, let me make one more call out real quick because Silly Bebo came in with another $2 and said, "Hit the like button before you leave and share." Well, there you go. That's what we want you to do. That's
Yes, we do.
what we do. Thank you, Brittany.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like,
That's
share, and
all.
subscribe. And if you do,
And if-
well, you might get called out for that shit.
Oh yeah, you might get called out like Rodney L. from Tennessee and Tony B. from Pennsylvania and Robert E. from Florida, Angela C. from Maine, Marion B. from Texas, and Kent T. from Colorado, because they all shared this shit.
They all shared this shit. And we appreciate the shit out of them sharing this shit, because that's how this shit gets shared. That's how it gets bigger. That's how the family grows. And I see one coming in. It's about to ding, I think. Jeanette Dahl came back with another 50 Danish krones. Oh, that's not going to ding because it's a pair character laying on his side, raising his arm while saying, "How's it going?" Jeanette Dahl, it's going very, very well. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you don't put a comment, it doesn't ding up there. But,
yeah, it's weird.
But we really appreciate everybody who shares this shit. But more importantly, we appreciate you being part of this family. It takes on a little bit more than just politics here. It does. There's a lot of people's lives that gets touched. We got to get 6 more likes and hit that 500. Come on, folks, hit that like button. 6 more people. All we need. 6 more people? Oh, come on, 6 of you. Reach right down there and hit that freaking shit and button, man. It's just fingertip, not a dime.
Join that Patreon, join that Discord, ring that bell, do all that shit.
Do all that shit. Boy, howdy shit. Anyway, dude, this family just makes my night. It makes my day. I treasure this family. Anyway, all that other mushy shit, as Benita would say. So, y'all take care of yourself. Do your homework. That's right. Pay attention. Don't forget to miss the big corporate egg roll tomorrow. I did have the credits. Credits.
Yep.
Credits are running.
Credits are running. The credits are running.
Okay, Iris, we got you. Was that it? We're all wrapped up? We're all ready to go?
I think so, other than people need to get out in some places to vote on Tuesday, May 3rd. May 3rd is coming up. Wait, I'm sorry. Not May. April 22nd. There are still some stuff going on. A lot of times it's municipal type stuff in Texas. Has some stuff coming up May 3rd. A lot of school type election stuff and or issues to vote on. So check your area. Keep checking because you never know.
And while you're checking, make sure your registration's up to date.
Yep,
Make sure
specifically in Wisconsin, Washington, South Carolina, Mississippi, Florida, and Connecticut on the 22nd. There's some stuff. Maybe it's in your area. Maybe it's not. Double check, guys.
There you go. Be on top of it.
I want to do all the homework.
Yep. Democracy. It takes a little effort, baby, but it's well worth it.
Yep.
Anyway, I love to y'all, every one of you. Thank you for being a part of this. And we'll be back here again Tuesday. Try to put a smile on your face and give that shit away to somebody else. They need it. And it'll make your day too. Y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you again on Tuesday.